Hey guys, Brad here, and today we're going to be taking a look at a router. This router I absolutely love for fine finishing work, and it is my Festool 1400 EQF Plus. All right, this is the kit you get when you purchase this router, and we're going to go over sort of the different parts and show you some datoing with it on some shelving that I did, and just kind of talk about it a little bit. Before we get into it though, make sure you subscribe, hit that notify bell, give me a thumbs up if you don't mind, if you like the video. All right, here we go. So it's in a sustainer. I'm sure if you're familiar with Festool, you're familiar with these crazy expensive boxes that they have. This is, they call it a sustainer. It's like the T-Stacks, basically. It's just a little bit better box. You know how they connect and close and all that. They're really, really nice. Okay, so the router itself, pull it out of here. This router weighs 10 pounds, and I'm going to pull out all the gadgets here so we can talk about them and what they do and all that good stuff. Okay, so the way this router works is this is a plunge router. Okay, it is roughly 1400 watts of power. Like I said, it weighs about 10 pounds, and you get a 2 3/4 inch plunge depth on this thing. And the micro adjustment on it is 1/10 of a millimeter at a time. And we would consider this sort of a mid-ranged router. The call-outs on it, you can get 1/2 inch, 1/4 inch, and 8 mil bits in this router, and it comes with all those attachments. So the precision on this thing is amazing. I love this router so much. I think a big reason is because how it works with the tracks, and we're going to show you how that all comes together here. But the router itself, if you want to do some adjustments, there's presets down here, and I'm not going to do too many demonstrations, but this is basically how you can set your different heights. You know, if you've got a piece of work, let's say it's as thick as my finger, you put it right there, you lock this in, and now when you plunge down, you have to loosen this knob here on this side. When you plunge down, then you're only going to plunge that thickness of my finger. Now if you want to change and go a little thicker, maybe the thickness of my thumb, then you've got these presets. It's really, really quick and easy to adjust that. This is your micro adjustment up in here. Like I said, 1/10 of a millimeter in adjusting. And then these up here help with your preset if you want to go 1/4 inch and stuff like that. Very, very easy. Remember, everything on Festool that is green kind of does something. And that's sort of how this works here. So it's a variable speed router, okay? And it's a soft start, which is really, really nice. You can lock it out so it just stays on, just with this button here. And this is how you turn it on and off right here. All right. And again, like Festool, all the plugs can easily come on and off with the twist lock. So you can just unhook it, put the router away, and then when you need it, just plug it back in. Very, very easy. You don't have to haul cords around too much. Now, on the bottom, we'll show you what these two green tabs do right here. Okay. On the bottom, you flip the router over, and you have these two parts right here. This is for collars, and this is a little bit of a dust protection, chip collection, or protection, I should say. So the way this works are these tabs just slip into these holes, and you press those green tabs, and it just slips in. So when you're routering, you can adjust this. So let's say I'm routering along the edge here, okay? Now I've got this protection down here, if you can see that. So It's not going to be blasting me in the face, and it just kind of protects the actual area a little more and helps with the overall dust collection. And then in saying that, well, we'll finish this off first. Okay. I found the easiest way to take that off is to hold the rotor like this and pull the tabs and just let it drop out. If you put it like this, it's a little harder because you need 2 hands to push the tabs in, 1 hand to pull the part out. So it's easier just to let it drop. And this is for your collars. Okay, they can spin right in here, and Festool has all those. You can buy them. And this just clips in again, same idea. So then you can run, you know, whatever you're wanting to run. And we just pop that out. Just like that. Okay. So that's those items. Now the dust collection on this is pretty sweet. And that's right here. This will hook up to your vacuum, no problem, your Festool vacuum. And then once you've got your router bit in and you're all ready to go, you take this and it slips in to 2 little holes in the back here. Okay, it just slips right in. And then there's a lever on the bottom, and you just push that in, and now it's locked in place. So really, really nice how this works, because when you get super close dust collection, and then you can just take it off to take out the bit, see your measurements, maybe line things up, whatever you need to do. So it's very, very nice. I love how Festool has sort of made that removable. The other cool thing about Festool is their ratcheting system, how you put the router bit in. So, shoot, I don't have a router bit on me. Okay, we can just pretend there's a router bit in there. What we'll do, put your router bit in and then spin your collar. Now to lock it, just press this down, okay? Like this. And then it's got a ratchet on it. So it's got this built-in ratchet, which is really, really nice. You don't have to take the wrench off at all. And then to take it out, you press this button on this side, and then you can just ratchet it off. This is by far the best method out there for any router. There's not a router out there that beats how this works. It's just phenomenal. So it's so easy. Huge pluses with this router. It is very expensive. It's man, I can't remember. I think it's over $1,000. We'll leave links down below for you, but it is a very expensive router, and only get this, I think, if you're doing some serious cabinetry, millwork, whatever, building tables, furniture, that type of stuff. If you're into, like, this is not a framing router. This is not just a real rough router. This is something that you take care of, you don't let it get wet, and for me, I baby it, I keep it in my shop. Now, some more cool features. You get this guide, which is designed to hook to the router, and then it hooks onto your Festool tracks. Okay, so it slides in here. You loosen this, it slides in, and you can tighten it right up. And this has micro adjustment too, to adjust to your track. So when I'm talking about my track, I'm talking about this item right here on the side. So this is the MFT3 table. You guys have seen me do a million reviews on this table. I've never actually done a review about the table, which is coming up soon. But when this is all set up, this is sort of what it looks like. And you've got this track here. So imagine I had to do some routering. You can lay your work down, plop this track in place, and then your router slips right on to this rail, okay? And it will slide back and forth beautifully. So then when you want to make a plunge, you can just plunge down, or you can do your routering, whatever you need to do. This track is great for doing dados. Now, I have looked everywhere. I've misplaced a little part that goes on the side here to make this router level. And essentially what happens is, so you put the router so it's just sitting on the track, okay? Tighten that knob. Then there's a piece that screws on right here. And for the life of me, I can't find where I've put it, so I can't show you guys. But essentially, it will level out your router on your work so that it's not tipping like you're seeing, okay? So it levels it out, so then when I'm going along, it just runs nice and smoothly along this track. And that's how you can create some sweet dados. You don't have to set up, you know, your dado stack on your table saw. You're just pulling out the router. You can do your dados if you're making like a shelving unit or something. This just super speeds it up. And that's a huge reason why I purchased this router, is because of the ability to do dados using a track system. And I had the MFT3 table, so it just seemed like a natural fit. You don't have to necessarily use this track this way. You can do it another way if you want. That would be, this is your work. You can set up a longer track just like this. And then you'd clamp your work down, get everything clamped in place, and then you'd take your router and you'd come in like that and you'd router it out. And I'm actually had it on the wrong way there. Sorry guys. It's supposed to be there. My bad. It goes over both. I had it switched over. Sometimes when I'm talking, trying to think of what I'm supposed to be saying next, I screw up in my demonstration. But yeah, it goes over these two tracks. Okay. And then you can just router here. So you can router a longer piece. You could connect multiple tracks together, which is a beautiful thing about Festool. And you could router out a really long piece of wood. So it's just such an amazing system to use. I will note, seeing how I got this track out, all these dots on here, these little holes, this is for another kit you can buy that's designed to go with the router. And what that does is it allows you to drill out or router out your holes for adjustable holes for cabinetry. So this MFT table, and I have that, and I'll do a review on that. But this MFT table paired with the router and this system for doing your adjustable holes, you can't go wrong. I used to use different jigs, but then once I found this system, you just run the router along the track and it's got a positive stop that works in this specific track, so you can just fly through doing your adjustable holes. And you can mass produce this stuff with this table and presets and all that. So it's super complicated for a little video like this, but it's something that I'll have to create and do a video for you guys showing how to go through this this setup. So as you can see, I really like this router. We're going to show you, I was doing a dado on a shelf at a job site, multiple shelves to put in LED track. And so we just used 2 lengths of track and this router with this guide, and we just dadoed it out. We had the vacuum hooked up and putting a vacuum against the back, so it's just, you know, collecting more dust. But yeah, very, very, very easy to use. Highly recommend it. So as you can see, super easy to use for dadoing. It's especially if you've got like a large work area. This thing is powerful enough. It does the job. Dust collection is really, really good, and it's just deadly accurate. So I want to hear some comments down below. Do you like Festool? Have you even heard of Festool? Because it is European brand, and you know, it's not very common to see. You won't see this at Home Depot or barely even on Amazon, but I will leave some links if I can find them. And yeah, leave some comments, subscribe, hit that notify bell, give me a thumbs up if you like the video. Till next time, keep on crushing it. We'll catch you later.